Wait for 1 minute only. Okay, let's start. Okay. So good morning, all of you. So today we are going to see the part B of chapter number 5. That is nothing but heating and cooling load calculation. So whatever part B of chapter number 5 will be there, that will be related with the human comfort. That will be related with the human comfort. So here in our day-to-day life, we are using the word as a comfort. So if I will ask you the question, that is whether you are feeling comfortable now. So each and every individual will have the different answer. So some student will say that yes, I'm feeling comfortable. Someone may say that no, I'm not feeling comfortable. So whatever feeling of comfortness is there, human being, whatever feeling of comfortness or human comfort is there, that is mainly depending upon two parameters. That is mainly depend upon two parameters. So those two parameters is nothing but psychological and physiological condition of human being. Psychological and physiological condition of human being. So whatever human comfort will be there, that will depend upon the psychological and physiological condition of human being. And the definition of human comfort, definition of human comfort is nothing but condition of mind which expresses satisfaction with the thermal environment. So whatever feeling of comfort or feeling of discomfort is there, that is completely depend upon your mind or on your mindset. And that mindset or that feeling of comfortness will be depending upon the satisfaction with the thermal environment. So if you are satisfied with your thermal environment, then your mindset will say that yes, presently I am feeling comfortable. If you are not satisfied with your thermal environment, then you will say that no, I'm not feeling comfortable. And that is depending upon the physiological and psychological condition of human being. Okay. So whenever we are saying that comfortable atmosphere, whenever we are saying that comfortable atmosphere, so now before asking the question from my side whether you are feeling comfortable, whether you are feeling comfortable, you were unaware of discomfort. You were unaware of discomfort. That means obviously you were feeling the comfortable. Before asking the question from my side whether you are feeling comfortable, before asking the question from my side whether you are feeling comfortable, you were unaware about discomfortness. That means obviously you are feeling comfortable. Obviously you are feeling comfortable. And before asking the question from my side whether you are feeling comfortable, if you are feeling discomfort, then obviously you are in discomfort condition. Okay. So here that was the definition of human comfort. Now after that, thermal exchange between human body and thermal environment. Thermal exchange between human body and environment. So as our human human body is acting like a machine. Human body is acting like a machine. So as we are knowing that any machine will work at its, or any machine will do its best performance. Any machine will give its best performance within a satisfied range of the temperature, or within a some specific range of temperature. So similarly, human body is also feeling comfortable, or human body is acting like a machine also. So that human body will also feel, or will do its best within a specified range of temperature only. And here always we have to keep in mind that the thermal efficiency of human body is only 20%. Thermal efficiency of human body is only 20%. That means until and unless human body is not rejecting, until and unless human body is not rejecting 80% of its heat, which is being generated, within the human body by different mode of transfer, or by different modes of heat transfer. That may be because of evaporation, because of radiation, because of convection. So until and unless that human body is not rejecting, or until and unless the human body is not exchanging 80% of heat which is being generated inside the human body because of metabolism, that human body will not feel comfortable, Now here, as we are knowing that because of taking the food, whatever heat will be generated inside the human body, that will be called as the heat generated because of metabolic activity. Heat generated because of metabolic activity. So here, if I am considering heat generated because of metabolic activity is nothing but QEM. Heat generated because of metabolic activity is nothing but QEM. And if that human body is doing some work, so for doing that work, that human body is requiring some amount of heat in the form of work. To do that work, that human body is requiring some amount of energy. That energy will be taken in the form of heat. So QM minus W. Here QM is nothing but amount of heat generated because of metabolic activity. W is nothing but amount of work, or amount of heat required to do the regular day-to-day activity of that human body. Now here, whatever remaining amount of heat will be there, QM minus W, whatever remaining amount of heat will be there, that must be exchanged, or that must be exchanged with the surrounding environment. And that exchange of heat with the surrounding environment will be taken place by three modes of heat transfer. First mode of heat transfer is nothing but because of evaporation. Second mode of heat transfer is nothing but because of radiation. And third mode of heat transfer is nothing but because of convection. And here, whatever heat transfer because of evaporation will be there, heat transfer rate because of evaporation will be there, that will be always positive. So here, heat transferred or heat lost by evaporation, here positive sign is indicating that heat is being lost from the human body to the environment. So here positive QE means heat lost by the human body because of evaporation to the surrounding. Here plus minus QR sign is there. That is nothing but, if plus sign will be there, plus sign plus QR will indicate that human body is rejecting the heat to the surrounding environment because of radiation. If minus sign will be there, minus QR, then that minus sign will indicate that human body is taking the heat from the surrounding. Because of radiation. Then plus QC is nothing but heat rejected by the human body because of convection to the surrounding. So because of convection also, that heat from the human body can be exchanged with the environment. And because of convection, heat from the surrounding can also be taken. To the by the human body. Okay, so that is negative QC. So here QE will depend upon QE means amount of heat release or amount of heat transferred to the evaporation because of evaporation. So QE will always takes place because of the respiratory system, because of the respiratory system, as well as because of the blood circulation, as well as because of the blood circulation. So as you are knowing that whenever you are doing the excessive work, whenever you are doing the excessive work, that means while doing the excessive work, your respiratory system or rate of respiration will goes on increasing. Rate of respiration will goes on increasing. That means you are rejecting maximum amount of heat to the surrounding. You are either rejecting maximum amount of heat to the surrounding, or you are taking the heat from the surrounding in the form of evaporation, as well as because of sweating also you are rejecting the heat to the surrounding. Then here amount of heat rejected because of radiation, because of radiation will depend upon mean temperature of the body. That will depend upon the mean temperature of the body. And here amount of heat rejected because of convection, because of convection, that will depend upon the surrounding temperature as well as temperature of the body. Here if qm minus w, if qm minus w, qm minus w will have the greater value, will have the greater value as compared to QE plus minus QR plus minus QC, plus minus QC, then whatever remaining amount of heat will be there, whatever remaining amount of heat will be there, that will be stored inside the human body, that will be stored inside the human body. And in that case the value of QS will be positive. In that case the value of QS will be positive. And if QM minus W, if QM minus W is having less value as compared to QE plus minus QR plus minus QC, then here whatever less amount of heat will be there, that amount of heat will be, that means here you will get the value of QS as a negative side. That means here heat inside the body will goes on decreasing. Heat inside the body will goes on decreasing. Normal human being, normal human being will feel comfortable if value of QS is equal to 0. If value of QS is equal to 0, then and then only normal human being will feel comfortable. If value of QS will be positive, if value of QS will be positive, it means that you are not feeling comfortable and in your body you are having the fever. If you are having fever, then you will have the fever if QM minus W will have the higher value. QM minus W will have the higher value as compared to QE plus minus QR plus minus QC. Then your body will have the positive QS. That means heat stored heat stored will be higher. That's why you will feel you will have the fever. And if QM minus W will have the less value as compared to QE plus minus QR plus minus QC, then value of QS will be negative. And value of QS will be negative means your body will have the cold, or you will feel the cold. So because of feeling the cold, your body temperature will go on decreasing. So normal human body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. Normally the human body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. If it if this temperature will fall below the 36.5 degrees centigrade, if this temperature will fall below the 36.5 degrees centigrade, or if this temperature will exceed, if this temperature will exceed above the 40.5 degrees centigrade, above the 40.5 degrees centigrade, this 40.5 degrees centigrade is nothing but 105 Fahrenheit. 105 Fahrenheit. So as we are knowing that normal human body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. So because of any reason, if the body temperature falls below 36.5 degrees centigrade or exceed above the 40.5 degrees centigrade, then both the cases are dangerous for the human body. Both the cases are dangerous for the human body. So in our human body, there is one control mechanism. In our human body, there is one mechanism that is called as the vasomotor control mechanism. Vasomotor control mechanism. So with the help of this vasomotor control mechanism, with the help of this vasomotor control mechanism, the temperature inside the human body will be always maintained between nearly equal to 37 degrees centigrade. So how that vasomotor control mechanism will maintain the temperature inside the human body? So if Qm minus W will have the higher value, if Qm minus W will have the higher value as compared to Qe plus Qr plus Qe plus minus Qr plus minus Qc, then we are knowing that value of Qs will be positive. Then we are knowing that value of Qs will be positive. Then in that case, what will happen? Whatever respiratory system, whatever respiration rate of respiration of human body will be there, that will be increased. And because of increasing the rate of respiration, because of increasing the rate of respiration, maximum amount of heat will be rejected. Maximum amount of heat will be rejected to the surrounding. At the same time, the blood circulation or rate of blood circulation inside the human body will goes on increasing. Rate of blood circulation, because of this vasomotor control mechanism, rate of blood circulation inside the human body will goes on increasing, and as the rate of blood circulation inside the human body is goes on increasing, that's why whatever that skin will be there, or that means whatever tissues, what we can say that, mm, okay, whatever vessels will be there which are next to the skin, that will get dilate. Whatever vessels will be there inside the skin, that will get dilate, and because of the dilation of those vessels, here maximum amount of heat will be rejected. Maximum amount of heat will be rejected to the surrounding as we are increasing the rate of blood circulation, as we are increasing the rate of blood circulation. And if the value of Qm minus W, if the value of Qm minus W will have the less value as compared to Qe plus minus Qr plus minus Qc, in that case the value of Qs, in that case the value of Qs will goes on decreasing. Then to maintain the temperature inside the body, to maintain the temperature inside the body, here rate of respiration will goes on decreasing. Rate of respiration will goes on decreasing. At the same time, the rate of blood circulation, rate of blood circulation inside the human body will also goes on decreasing. And because of the same, here the value of Qs will be maintained inside the human body. So by this way, the human body is exchanging the heat, or that there will be the thermal exchange between human body and environment. So this concept will be called as the thermal exchange between human body and environment. One thing you have to always keep in mind, that the human body will feel comfortable. Human body will feel comfortable if the value of Qs is equal to 0. The value of Qs is equal to 0. If the value of Qs is positive, then it will have the, that means your body will have the fever. If the value of Qs is negative, then your body will have the cold, or you will feel the cold. So here, to maintain the temperature, one control mechanism will be there. That control mechanism will be called as the vasomotor control mechanism. So that vasomotor control mechanism will maintain the temperature inside the human body because of changing the rate of respiration as well as changing the rate of blood circulation. Okay, as per the situation. So this concept will be called as a thermal exchange between human body and environment. Now, after this concept, the next concept is called as the factors which are affecting on the human comfort. Factors which are affecting on the human comfort. So there are various factors there are various factors which are affecting on the human comfort. There are various factors which are affecting on the human comfort. Out of that, first factor is called as the effective temperature. So up till now, we were knowing the dry bulb temperature, we were knowing the wet bulb temperature, then dew point temperature, apparatus dew point temperature. The next concept is called as the effective temperature. So that effective temperature is affecting on the human comfort. Second one is nothing but heat production and regulation in the human body. Then wait for 1 minute. Second parameter is nothing but heat production and regulation in the human body. Third parameter is nothing but the moisture content of the air. Fourth parameter is nothing but quality and quantity of the air. And last parameter is nothing but the air motion. So these are the various parameters. These are the various parameters which are affecting on the human comfort. Out of that, first parameter is nothing but the effective temperature. So effective temperature is nothing but the degree of warm or cold felt by the human body. Degree of warm or cold felt by the human body. So here that effective temperature is the combined effect of three parameters. Effective temperature is the combined effect of three parameters. First parameter is nothing but the dry bulb temperature. First parameter is nothing but the dry bulb temperature. Second parameter is nothing but the relative humidity, RH. And third parameter is nothing but the air velocity. Third parameter is nothing but the air velocity. So the combined effect of these three parameters, dry bulb temperature or dry bulb temperature, relative humidity and air velocity. So the combined effect of these three parameters will be called as the effective temperature. So maximum percentage of human being will feel comfortable in the summer season. In the summer season, if effective temperature is equal to 21.6 degrees centigrade, 21.6 degrees centigrade, and maximum percentage of human being will feel comfortable in the winter season. In the winter season, if effective temperature is equal to 20 degrees centigrade. So effective this temperature 21.6 degrees centigrade or 20 degrees centigrade, it is not only the dry bulb temperature, or this 20 degrees centigrade is not only the dry bulb temperature, it is the combined effect of dry bulb temperature, relative humidity and air velocity. Dry bulb temperature, relative velocity and relative humidity and air velocity. So that will be called as the effective temperature. So based on this concept of effective temperature, ASHRAE has made one survey, and by doing the survey throughout the world, they have formed one comfort chart. So that comfort chart is the application of effective temperature. So we are going to see that comfort chart also, and based on that comfort chart only, we are designing any of the air conditioning system. So effective temperature, combined effect of dry bulb temperature, relative humidity and air velocity. Then second parameter is nothing but heat production and regulation in the human body. So each and every human being will have the different value of heat production as well as regulation in the human body. And that heat production and regulation inside the human body is depend upon the age of human being. Again, that will again depend upon the surrounding of the human being, surrounding environment of the human being, then health of that human being, whether that human being is healthy or not healthy, as well as physical activity of that human being, whether that human being is doing some physical work or that human being is only sleeping likewise. So there are various parameters. various parameters depend on which that heat production inside the human body depends, as well as heat production inside the human body is also depending upon the quality of food that human being is consuming. So by considering those various parameters, the amount of heat production inside the human body will depend. And depending upon the physical activity, of that human body, the heat regulation inside the human body will depend. So as we are knowing that human being will feel comfortable, if value of QS is equal to 0. Value of QS is equal to 0 means amount of heat stored inside the human body is equal to 0. That means when amount of heat stored inside the human body will become as a 0 if value of QM minus W. QM minus W means, here QM means amount of heat generated because of metabolism. W is nothing but day-to-day activity. Amount of heat required for day-to-day activity is equal to QE plus minus QR because of radiation plus minus QC. So if this will be the equation, QM minus W is equal to QE plus minus QR plus minus QC, then value of QS will be equal to 0. That means that human being will feel comfortable. So if heat production and regulation, inside the human body will follow this equation, heat production and regulation inside the human body will follow this equation, then that human being will feel comfortable. Then next parameter on which that human comfort is depend is nothing but the moisture content of the air. So if the moisture content in the air or relative humidity will be so much high, then that human being will not feel comfortable, though your temperature is in the desirable range. Although if the moisture content inside the air is very less, then also that human being will not feel comfortable, though your temperature is in the specified range. That means, simple example you can take, if you are having the 21 degrees centigrade temperature in the Pandharpur, and if you are having the 21 degrees centigrade temperature in the Mumbai, then also the feeling of comfortness at two location will be different. Why this is so? That is because of the moisture content of the air. So in the Pandharpur, moisture content in the air will have the less value as compared to moisture content inside the Mumbai. It means relative humidity of the air inside the Mumbai will be very much high because of that C reason. So here moisture content inside the moisture content in the air will also affect on the human being. Comfort of the human being. So here, if summer season will be there, then the relative humidity for summer season, the relative humidity should not be exceed above the 60%. For summer season, the relative humidity should not exceed above 60%, and for winter season, the relative humidity should not fall below 35 to 40%. That means human being will feel comfortable. In between this relative humidity range. That is in between 35 to 40. In between 35 to 60% relative humidity, maximum percentage of human being will feel comfortable. Then next parameter which is affecting on the human comfort. Is nothing but the quality as well as quantity of the air. So out of that quality of the air, so whatever air we are supplying to that human being, if that air will be the will have some different smell, or if that air will be the toxic air, then also that human being will not feel comfortable. That means quality of the air should also be maintained to feel the human comfortness. So while supplying the air, we have to take care that air should not have any type of smell, as well as that air should not be the toxic air, as well as there should not be the dust or different odor for that air, as well as quantity of the air is also affecting on the human comfort. That means suppose you are sitting inside the AC. Suppose this is your cabin and you are sitting here, and suppose whatever AC is installed, that AC is installed here, and here whatever velocity or whatever quantity of air is there, that means maximum amount of or maximum mass flow rate of conditioned air you are supplying to that human being, or very less amount of conditioned air you are supplying to that human being. In both the cases, that human being will not feel comfortable. In both the cases, that human being will not feel comfortable. That means here quality as well as quantity of air which we are supplying, that is also affecting on the human comfort. And last parameter which is affecting on the human comfort is nothing but the air motion. Is nothing but the air motion. So nearly 3 to 5 meter per minute, 3 to 5 meter per minute, that air velocity is desirable for the comfortness. If the air velocity is maximum, if the air which is supplied inside the room, so if that air velocity is maximum or if that air velocity is minimum, so in both the cases, that human being which is sitting inside that air conditioning room will not feel comfortable. So these are the various factors which are affecting on the human comfort. So you have to keep all those parameters or all those factors. So after that, the next point is nothing but the effective temperature comfort chart. So as we have seen that effective temperature is nothing but the combined effect of dry bulb temperature, relative humidity, and air velocity. Dry bulb temperature, relative humidity, and air velocity. So ASHRAE, the long form of ASHRAE is nothing but American Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineers. ASHRAE, the meaning of ASHRAE is nothing but American Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineering. So this is the one of the body. So that ASHRAE has made a survey. ASHRAE has made one research or has made survey throughout the world, on the wide range of environmental temperature as well as wide range of relative humidity and air motion. So here that comfort chart is nothing but a result of research, made on different kind of people, subjected to wide range of temperature or wide range of environmental temperature, relative humidity and air motion by the ASHRAE, and they have formed one chart. For the human comfort. So while forming that chart for the human comfort, they have taken the dry bulb temperature. They have taken the value of dry bulb temperature on the x-axis. So here they have taken the value of dry bulb temperature. This is nothing but the dry bulb temperature range. So here 10 degree, 20 degree, 10 degree, 20 degree, sorry, 10, 12, 14, then 16, 18. Likewise, they have divided the x-axis scale, and here whatever vertical lines are there, so this vertical line is indicating the 12 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature. Then this vertical line is indicating the 14 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature. This line is indicating the 16 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature. Likewise, 18 degree, 20 degree up to 38 degree centigrade. Then they have taken wet bulb temperature on the y-axis. They have taken wet bulb temperature on the y-axis. So here you can see whatever wet bulb temperature is there. Sorry. So this is the wet bulb temperature. So y-axis is indicating the wet bulb temperature. So for multiple choice question, x-axis of comfort chart is indicating the dry bulb temperature. Y-axis of comfort chart is indicating the wet bulb temperature. So here also they have divided this y-axis into the scale. So here this is indicating the 4 degrees centigrade wet bulb temperature. This line is indicating 4 degrees centigrade wet bulb temperature. This line is indicating 6 degrees centigrade wet bulb temperature. This line is indicating 8 degrees centigrade wet bulb temperature. Likewise, then 10 degree, 12 degree, likewise. So they have taken dry bulb temperature on x-axis, wet bulb temperature on y-axis, and whatever relative humidity is there, they have taken the relative humidity lines across the dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature. So one more type of lines they have taken, those are nothing but a relative humidity line. So here you can see these are nothing but a relative humidity line. So this is the 10% relative humidity. Next one is the 20% relative humidity. After that, 30% relative humidity. After that, 40% relative humidity. Likewise. %50 relative humidity. Okay. So they have taken the relative humidity line in this direction. Then here, whatever survey they have made on the different kinds of people which are exposed to the different environmental condition, as well as which are having the different relative humidity and air velocity. So from that survey, they have come to the conclusion that, so here one more thing, effective temperature. So here they have drawn the effective temperature. So here, as this is the 100% relative humidity line, 100% relative humidity line means this is the 100% relative humidity line. That means this is indicating the saturated air, and we are knowing that here while drawing this chart, while drawing this comfort chart, you have to always keep in mind that here whatever 100% relative humidity line will be there. So that 100% on that 100% relative humidity line, the value of dry bulb temperature should be equal to wet bulb temperature should be equal to effective temperature. So here you are observing this is the 12 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature line. This is the 12 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature line, where that 12 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature line is intersecting to that 100% relative humidity line. So here you should get that 12 degree centigrade wet bulb temperature, and same temperature will be considered as a relative effective temperature. So this will be the 12 degree centigrade effective temperature, and that 12 degree centigrade effective temperature line will be drawn likewise. So this line is indicating 12 degree centigrade effective temperature. In the similar fashion, 14 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature. In the similar fashion, 14 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature. So this is the 14 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature. So here that 14 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature line will intersect to the 100% relative humidity line. So this is here you are getting that as a 100% relative humidity. Here you are getting that as a 100% relative humidity here. So here at 100% relative humidity, dry bulb temperature will have the same value as compared to wet bulb temperature, and will have the same value as that of effective temperature also. So here this line will also indicate the 14 degree centigrade effective temperature. This line will indicate the 14 degree centigrade effective temperature. So as I have told you that effective temperature is nothing but the combined effect of dry bulb temperature, relative humidity, and air velocity. Dry bulb temperature, relative humidity, and air velocity. So here any point on this line. So here if you are considering this point, then this point will also have the same value of effective temperature, 12 degree centigrade effective temperature. This point will also have the same value of effective temperature. This point will also indicate the 12 degree centigrade effective temperature. This point will also indicate the 12 degree centigrade effective temperature. But if you check the temperature range, for this temperature will be nearly equal to 13 degree centigrade. Here relative humidity is nothing but 30%. For this point, temperature is nothing but nearly equal to 12.5 degrees centigrade. Relative humidity is nothing but nearly equal to 50%. For this point, temperature is equal to 12 degrees centigrade. Relative humidity is nothing but 90%. That means here effective temperature will be same, but that effective temperature will does not indicate the effective temperature will does not indicate that same amount of comfortness. That amount of comfortness, though the effective temperature is same at all the location, but amount of comfortness will be different at different location. That will depend upon the relative humidity. As relative humidity will goes on increasing, the comfortness will also goes on decreasing. And here, as relative humidity will also goes on decreasing, the comfortness will also goes on decreasing in both the cases. फक्त पर्टिक्युलर रेंज मध्येच in between 30 to 70% only. In between 30 to 70% only, maximum percentage of people will feel comfortable. If relative humidity will exceed above the 70%, then percentage of human being will feel comfortable will be goes on decreasing. If the relative humidity will fall below the 30%, then percentage of human being will feel comfortable will be different. So here, while drawing the chart, one thing you have to always keep in mind that here, whatever dry bulb temperature you are taking, so here that dry bulb temperature value or that dry bulb temperature line is intersecting to that 100% relative humidity line. At the same location, you have to draw the same value of wet bulb temperature. या ठिकाणी 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड असलं पाहिजे, त्या ठिकाणी 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड असलं पाहिजे. जर ह्या ठिकाणी 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड असेल आणि त्या ठिकाणी 18 किंवा 22 असेल, that your this chart comfort chart will be false comfort chart or will not be correct. Okay, so here what they have did, so after drawing this chart, they have drawn two separate chart. First chart is for summer season and second chart is for winter season. This is the chart which is applicable for summer season. This is the chart which is applicable for winter season. So for that summer season, they have taken the whatever effective temperature is there, whatever effective temperature is there, they have taken x-axis as the effective temperature, x-axis as the effective temperature, and on y-axis they have taken the percentage of people feeling comfortable, percentage of people feeling comfortable. And from that research, they have found that the maximum percentage of people will feel comfortable. That means nearly about 98% of people, near about 98% of people will feel comfortable if effective temperature is 21.6 degrees centigrade. From the comfort chart or from the research made by Ashray, they have come to the conclusion that maximum percentage of people, that means nearly about 98% of people will feel comfortable if we are going to maintain effective temperature as a 21.6 degrees centigrade. In the similar fashion, they have made this survey for the winter season also. So for winter season also, they have taken the x-axis as a effective temperature, x-axis as a effective temperature. आता ह्या ठिकाणी इफेक्टिव्ह टेम्परेचरची व्हॅल्यू कोणती असणार आहे? या ठिकाणी तुमची ही ड्राय बल्ब टेम्परेचरची व्हॅल्यू तुमच्या 100% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी लाईनला इंटरसेक्ट करेल. त्याच ठिकाणी तुमची वेट बल्ब टेम्परेचरची व्हॅल्यू पण इंटरसेक्ट करणार आहे. ते म्हणजे काय असणार आहे तुमचं इफेक्टिव्ह टेम्परेचर. आणि इफेक्टिव्ह टेम्परेचरच्या कर्व लाईन ह्या ठिकाणी कशा असणार आहेत? अशा टाइप मध्ये. So this is the 18 degree centigrade effective temperature line. This is the 20 degree centigrade effective temperature line. 22 degree centigrade effective temperature line. Likewise, then 24 degree centigrade effective temperature line. This is 26 degree centigrade effective temperature line. Likewise. So for drawing of the summer season chart and winter season chart, Ashray has taken the effective temperature on the x-axis, and on y-axis they have taken the percentage of people feeling comfortable. So here at this position, 10% of people will feel comfortable, 20%, 30%, likewise percentage of people will feel comfortable will goes on increasing. And from winter season, it is being clear that maximum percentage of people, that means nearly about 97% of people, 97% of people all over the world will feel comfortable if we are going to maintain the effective temperature nearly equal to 20 degrees centigrade. Effective temperature nearly equal to 20 degrees centigrade. And here they have formed one comfort zone. They have formed one comfort zone. So this is the comfort zone. So from the research made by ASHRAE, it is being clear that the maximum percentage of people will feel comfortable. Maximum percentage of people will feel comfortable if the drivable temperature range, will varies between 19 degrees centigrade to 26 degrees centigrade. In between 19 degrees centigrade to 26 degrees centigrade. And if the wet bulb temperature range varies between 12 degrees centigrade to 19 degrees centigrade, then also maximum percentage of people will feel comfortable. And here, if the relative humidity line or relative humidity of the air will varies between 30% to 70%, then maximum percentage of people will feel comfortable. That means for year-round air conditioning system, maximum percentage of people will feel comfortable if the drivable temperature is maintained in between 90 degrees centigrade to 26 degrees centigrade. Then wet bulb temperature is maintained in between 12 degrees centigrade to 19 degrees centigrade, and the relative humidity is maintained in between 30% to 70%. Wait for 1 minute. Okay. So here ASHRAE has formed one comfort zone. So that comfort zone will be utilized. If I want to design the air conditioning system for throughout the year. So by taking the condition from this comfort zone only, we can design the year-round air conditioning system. Okay. So this is called as a effective temperature comfort chart. This effective temperature comfort chart is simple for drawing. So for yours, I will show how to draw that effective temperature comfort chart. So first of all, simple things are there. Here you have to draw the, on x-axis you have to draw the drivable temperature. On y-axis you have to draw the wet bulb temperature. There, drivable temperature. Here, wet bulb temperature. What points you have to keep in mind that I will tell. Wet bulb temperature. And here you have to draw the percentage or relative humidity percentage, 10%, 20%, 30%, likewise. And the last line will be of 100% relative humidity. So here, while drawing or while giving the scale, whatever temperature you are giving here, that means suppose 10 degrees centigrade drivable temperature. You have to take care that if this has a 10 degrees centigrade drivable temperature, then where this line is intersecting to that 100% relative humidity, it should show the 10 degrees centigrade effective temperature, and horizontal line should show the 10 degrees centigrade wet bulb temperature. And from here you have to draw the effective temperature. From this point 10 degrees centigrade, you have to draw the effective temperature curve likewise. So here also it will indicate the 10 degrees centigrade effective temperature. Then next one, if this will be my 12 degrees centigrade, Then here straight line, where that straight line is intersecting to that 100%, it will indicate the 12 degree centigrade uh, effective temperature, and horizontal line will indicate the 12 degree centigrade wet bulb temperature. Likewise, you have to draw up to the 30 degree centigrade or 30 to 35 degree centigrade. And after that, here you have to draw the uh, comfort chart for the summer air conditioning, and here you have to draw the comfort chart for the winter air conditioning. So while drawing that comfort chart for summer air conditioning and winter air conditioning, you have to take the dry bulb temperature. Sorry, you have to take the x-axis as a effective temperature and y-axis as a percentage of human being feeling comfortable for summer season. And you have to keep in mind that maximum percentage of people will feel comfortable if effective temperature is 21.6 degrees centigrade. 21.6 degrees centigrade in summer season, and maximum percentage of people will feel comfortable if effective temperature is equal to 20 degrees centigrade in winter season. And one more thing, you have to draw the comfort zone inside that comfort chart. So for drawing that comfort zone inside that comfort chart, you have to keep in mind that dry bulb temperature range is in between 19 to 26 degrees centigrade. 19 to 26 degrees centigrade. Wet bulb temperature range is 11 to 19 degrees centigrade, and relative humidity range is 30% to 70%. So by considering this parameter, you can or you are able to draw that comfort chart also. Okay. So as time is 10:59, so we have to end our lecture here. So whatever remaining part of this chapter number 5 will be there, that we will see in the next lecture. I think only one point is remaining. I will take the attendance. Wait for 1 minute. Today's date 4th of January. Okay, roll number 1 present, 2 present, 3, 4, 5 absent, 6 present, 7 absent, 8 present, then 9, 10 absent, 11 present, 12, 13 absent, 14 present, 15 present, 16 present, 17 present, 18 present, 19, 19 absent, 20 absent, 21 absent, then 22 absent, 23 absent, 24 present, 25, 26, 27, 28 absent, 29 present, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 absent, 35 present, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41 absent, 42 present, 43 present, 44 present, then 45 present, 46 absent, 47 present, 48 absent, 49 absent, 50 present, 51 present, 52 absent, 53 present, 54 absent, 55 present, 56 absent, 57 present, 58 present, 59 absent, 60 present, 61 present, 62 present, 63 absent, 64 absent, 65 present, 66 absent, then 67 present, 68 present, 69 absent, 70 absent, 71 present, 72 present, then 73, 74, 75, 76. These are the absent numbers. Okay. Thank you for attending the lecture. We'll stop our lecture here.